Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to New Earth TV Live, episode 9. It looked a little bit choppy on my end, so hopefully it's okay on your guys' end as well too. Anyways, thank you for being here today for the ninth episode. So today we're going to be doing a guided meditation, a mass meditation, and I felt it was just a really good idea to get involved with for this broadcast, just so we can start to bring a lot more love energy onto the planet, work together with each other. The interesting thing we're going to do with the mass meditation is we're going to do it in the form of black ball, white ball, right? So we're going to basically see the earth, we're going to see a black ball above it, and we're going to take a lot of that dense energy, putting it into the black ball, and together we will connect with spirit, clearing that energy out. And secondly, we have the white ball coming in, and then the white ball we're going to fill in with our love energy, and we're going to cascade that directly onto the earth as well too. So it's going to have kind of a unique meditation en masse online for us today. So hello to everybody. Thank you for joining me here on the broadcast. We're of course going to go into some announcements here momentarily. And here's the first one.
Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing, apparel, and accessories imbued with spirit source energy to heal, rejuvenate, detoxify, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com.
The latest revelation in alternative healing has arrived. The Healing Code Cards, a spiritual technology unlike anything else. Through the power of sacred geometry imbued with pure source energy, physical ailments can become eliminated and detoxified from your body. 36 cards specifically designed to work on the major areas of the body, encouraging natural recovery and increased vitality. Working with the cards are easy, and their healing results are profound. Download our collection of free sample cards so you can experience results for yourself. And don't forget to view our customer testimonials. Our printed Healing Code card deck is available now with shipping available worldwide. Visit our website at healingcodecards.com.
Okay, so for those of you who do shop on Amazon as well too, good news is that there is a new fresh batch of the Healing Code Cards Mind Deck and the Healing Code Cards Body Deck that's now available on Amazon.ca and Amazon.com. Okay, the Mind Deck, as soon as I put it on Amazon, it sold out super fast, right? So it's great to see. But there's a new batch that's now coming in, so you guys can go to Amazon, whether it's Amazon.ca or Amazon.com, and you can grab the Mind Deck, and the Body Deck is also available there as well too. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. After the meditation, we're going to go into group healing, and then we're going to do some Q&A as well too. So again, thank you everybody for joining me. So with this mass meditation, if you guys have seen the recent video, which was the black ball, white ball technique, we're going to be using a rendition of that, working together with mass meditation today. So like I said, I see a lot of people that are still going through some very turbulent times in 2021. Just seeing that in social media, and this is just a way for us to work together, to come together, to be united, and help to bring a lot of illumination onto the planet, as well, of course, firstly detoxifying a lot of our own debris and the collective debris as well too. And of course, there is strength in numbers. So let's get ourselves into a nice, relaxed, comfortable posture, making sure the body is free of any tension. Okay, you can place your hands upon the center of your chest, or you can just keep your hands on your lap, whatever you feel is good for you. Okay, or you can sit in lotus position, whatever it is that works well for you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place my hands on the center of the chest. So let's start off by taking 3 deep breaths in and out. So inhale, exhale, and again, inhale, exhale, and one more time, inhale, and exhale. And just relaxing yourself now and breathing normally. And right now, I just want you to bring your focus and awareness down to the bottom of your feet. Okay, so just having your feet firmly placed upon the ground, or if you're in lotus posture, just feeling the black roots coming out of the feet and digging deeper into the ground. Okay, so we're just going to ground ourselves, earth ourselves with the black etheric roots as they go deeply into the earth right now. feeling all those roots going deeper and deeper, right into the core, right into the heart of Mother Earth. And just feeling your connection with her as you connect to her heartbeat, as you connect to her very essence. And this is all we're doing, is we're just keeping ourselves anchored, earthed into Mother Earth's heart frequency, what we could refer to also as the Schumann resonance. Now that we are anchored directly into the earth, I want you to imagine like you are leaving your body. Okay, so you're basically just taking your conscious awareness and you're surpassing the physical body, and you're just feeling yourself as the entire earth. Okay, I want you to feel that deep core of the earth to where her heart resides, Mother Earth's. And it's like we're just expanding our awareness. We're feeling all of the internal structure of the earth. We're feeling her vast oceans. We're feeling her land masses. We're feeling her atmosphere. We're feeling the entirety of Mother Earth herself as ourselves. And just feeling the energy of all life within her body. Upon the surface, deeper within the surface, you are aware of all life, including the very life that is Mother Earth's. I want you just to feel that now. I want you to feel what it is to be the planet Earth. Now we're just imagining like we're zooming ourselves out, and now we're able to see the entirety of the Earth from space. As we are able to see the planetary body, just above the Earth, we are now seeing a black ball. So we are seeing the hollow black ball hovering just above the Earth. And we're going to see a very long, thick black root coming out from that black ball and connecting to the Earth. So feeling that black root wrapping around the Earth entirely, entering through the northern and southern poles internally into the planet, wrapping around the internal structure of the Earth, so that the entire Earth is now covered with this big black root that covers every part of Mother Earth. And through this, we're just going to feel ourselves as Mother Earth, and we're going to feel all the emotions. We're all going to feel the physical complications, the physical discrepancies, the emotional discrepancies, the mental discrepancies of the Earth and all life upon her. Not just humanity, but the animals, the plants, nature, the mineral kingdom, the elements, everything. Everything that represents distortion, everything that represents discrepancy, harsh conditions, stress, tension, anxiety, fear, sadness, anger. All of that energy that we're feeling through the Earth as we are aligned to the Earth body. We are going to do an apologetic affirmation to the Earth, right? Because the Earth is our body, just as we have done this before with the apologetic affirmation for our own physical human body. We're now going to do this with the Earth, okay? So having your hands upon the center of your chest, and you can repeat the apologetic affirmation to the Earth, repeating it after me. I apologize to the Earth for being neglectful regarding all these conditions. I ask for the Earth's forgiveness, as well as the Earth's assistance to clear away all these conditions, to release it to Spirit, to become purified, and to be forgiven. in totality. And so it is. All right, now the earth is going to work together with us. Right? She is our body. We are the earth body. And now with all of that black liquid dense energy contained inside the earth that represents everything physical, mental, and emotional, discrepancies, harsh conditions, we're now going to feel all of that black liquid dense energy going directly into the black ball. As we do this, I'd like to do about 3 minutes of silence, just so we can concentrate and just focus. It's imagining like you're extracting all of the dense energy out of every single human being on the planet. And you're extracting all of the dense energy in all the location areas of the earth. Okay? And you're running it through these black roots, and you're putting it into the black ball. Okay? So let's go ahead now and just have 3 minutes of silence as we work together now and do this together. 3 minutes beginning now. One minute remaining. 1 minute. Okay, so that is a total of 3 minutes. So we've put all of that black liquid, dense energy contained in the black ball. And now our next step is together. We're going to work together with Spirit, so you'll just be repeating after me with what I share to Spirit to clear away all of that black liquid, dense energy contained in the black ball. Okay? So again, what I normally do to connect with Spirit is I create a chi ball, just like this. Okay, I call it the Spirit Sphere. And I just start talking into that chi ball. And of course, when I snap my fingers, that chi ball goes out and does what it is commanded to do. Okay, so that is what I do when I connect with Spirit now. You can repeat after me. I command God's spirit light to cancel out, eliminate, neutralize, and purge all the black liquid dense energy contained within the black ball to be released from the black ball, put up into source consciousness, to be purified and forgiven in totality, relinquishing all of this dense energy from the earth altogether. Apply. Okay, let's take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And now, from your own perspective, I want you to look at the black ball now and just seeing if the black ball is now empty. Okay. If by chance you are still starting to see a little bit of black residue in the black ball, what we're going to do again is we're going to tap into that, and we're just going to say either in our mind or out loud, I love you, to that black ball until all the remaining debris of that black liquid dense energy from the black ball has been released. Okay, so you can go ahead and do this now, just saying I love you, I love you, I love you. Okay, and just seeing all of that residue released from the black ball. As soon as all of that residue is released from the black ball fades away, disappears. Okay, as it disappears, we're now seeing the white ball coming above the earth. Okay, a hollow white ball. And through this hollow white ball, you're going to see a white root coming down from the white ball and just wrapping around the earth exactly as the black root did previously. So feeling this white root wrapping all around the earth, wrapping directly inside the northern and southern poles of the earth, and just feeling the entire earth now being completely wrapped around with this pure white root. And again, this is where we all come in, and we're now going to think of a positive thought. We're going to feel a positive feeling that relates to the earth. Okay, I don't even want you to think about human beings right now. I want you to look at the earth. I want you to look at her nature. I want you to look at her splendor, to look at her prosperity, to look at her beauty. Just look at your Mother Earth right now, just as if there was no other life forms on the planet. All there is just the nature of Mother Earth. Okay, and I want you just to get really excited about her beauty, about how beautiful she is. Like you're just flying through the sky, and you're flying above her oceans, you're flying above her land masses, you're seeing these beautiful places all across the planet, making you smile, making you feel so happy as you see the beauty of our planet, the beauty of your mother. And just let it fill your heart, for she is radiating this pure love back to you, her child. As that positive thought, those positive feelings flow into you, send them directly to the white ball. And let the white ball start to get filled up with all of this pure white liquid energy, filling up the ball until it reaches 100%. Just continuing to fly around, to soar around the earth, see how beautiful the earth is. Imagining that it's completely uninhabited by man. It's just between you and Mother Earth. Which means there's no human technology, there's no human structures, there's nothing of that of any kind. It is you and the earth as she is. we certainly have the most beautiful Mother Earth, the most beautiful planet we could ever ask for. To say that she is beautiful is an understatement. To say that she is magnificent is an understatement. She is perfection. And just feel that love towards your mother as she reflects it back to you 100-fold. Feeling now that pure white liquid ball filled up. And you do not have to repeat after me for this one. Okay. I just want you to hold that loving feeling in your heart, connecting to that white liquid ball. Okay. That's now filled up with that pure loving energy. I will now connect with Spirit. I command God's Spirit light to imbue pure healing codes directly into the white light liquid of the white ball, distributing all of that pure, loving, white liquid energy around the entirety of the earth, upon her surface and deeply into her core, completely regenerating, revitalizing, purifying, and perfecting the conditions of the earth, completely free of any distortions, bringing this pure love into her body, imbuing it together, and bringing it into complete and total harmony. Apply. Okay, let's take a deep breath in, deep breath out. As we feel all of that white liquid upon the earth now, where she is receiving all of this loving energy, and you, upon her surface, are also receiving this pure, loving energy. For all of you who have participated, you have shared your love with each other. You have shared your light with each other. So let's imagine that white liquid ball now completely dissolving away. We're now going to feel ourselves zooming back into the earth, zooming in deeper and deeper and deeper, right to where you are located on the earth, back into your space right now, back into your body. And let's take a final deep breath in and out. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes and return to the present moment. Okay. Great, everybody. Well, thank you very much, everybody who tuned into this and who is assisting with the mass meditation, with healing the earth, giving love to her, clearing out a lot of that debris as well, too. I'm really appreciative that you guys joined me for that. Okay. So we're going to do a short group healing right now, right? So now that we've done a healing for the earth, we're going to do some group healing. We won't have to go into the grounded state because we're already there. We did that in the mass meditation. Okay. So let's again just place our hands upon the center of our chest. Okay, let's see that black ball contained in the center of the chest. So now this is your time for personal healing. Okay. So I want you again just to scan your body. I want you just to find an area or perhaps areas that you would like to work on for this group healing. Okay, so we're going to do the black ball, white ball for the group now. Glad to see you guys had a great experience working together with the earth. I did too. I could feel myself just flying around the earth, and my goodness, is she beautiful. Okay, so anyways, we'll focus now. Again, our feet are completely anchored into the heart of the earth. And we're going to focus on the black ball in the center of our chest. And now I just want you to find that specific area. Okay, is there a sore neck? Is there a headache? Is there a sore back? Right? Is there something within the organs you want to work with? Is there anything emotional that you want to work with? Okay, so if there is something emotional, you want to reflect into that memory and just get an impression of where you feel that emotional discrepancy is within the body. Once you feel you've discovered it, you're just wrapping the black roots around that. Okay, so let's do that now. Let's feel a black root or black roots coming out of the black ball and just wrapping around that specific area or areas that you would like to work on today. Okay. And as you wrap the root around that area, you're going to see the black liquid dense energy within that particular area. Right? And once again, we're going to do the apologetic affirmation to relinquish that black liquid dense energy through the cooperation of your body. Okay. So again, we'll do the apologetic affirmation where you can repeat after me. I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding this condition. I ask for my body's forgiveness as well as its assistance to clear away this condition, to release it to spirit, to be purified, and to be forgiven in totality. And so it is. Okay, so now that we've done the apologetic affirmation, we're feeling all of that black liquid dense energy being relinquished from the body. Okay, it's saying, here you go, you can have it. Thanks for the apology, thanks for the forgiveness. I will work together in cooperation with you. Okay, so those black roots are now just absorbing all of that black liquid dense energy into the conditioned area, from the conditioned area, and now being vacuumed, absorbed directly into the black ball. Okay, the black ball is your storage sphere. All right, so you're feeling that black liquid starting to fill up in the black ball. Okay, and once you feel you have all of that black liquid dense energy contained in the black ball, I will once again connect with spirit. I command God's spirit light to cancel out, eliminate, neutralize, and purge all of the black liquid dense energy contained within the black ball of every single individual who is observing this broadcast here and now, either live or through recording, lifting all of that black liquid dense energy from their body, putting up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality. Apply. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, so now we're feeling that black ball disappearing. Okay, because we got all the black liquid out. If you have not got the black liquid out, if there's still a little bit there, you say the I love yous. Okay, I love you, I love you, I love you, until all of that residue of the black liquid is freed from the ball. Once the ball is empty, you'll feel it automatically disappearing. Okay. Now that the black ball has disappeared, we're now seeing the white ball coming into the center of our chest. And with that white ball, we're going to put roots directly into the area or areas that were previously compromised with that black liquid dense energy. Okay, so you're seeing white roots around that area or those areas right now. Okay, as we do that, we have our hands upon the center of the white ball. And we're going to go into our mind now, and we're thinking a positive thought. We're feeling a positive feeling. All right. For those of you who just did the Earth Mass meditation with me, right? If you felt that the idea of flying around the Earth without any human activity, right, just seeing the splendor and the beauty of the Earth brought you so much happiness, just go back to that again, right? And just feel that white light, that white light liquid filling up the white ball. Okay, or go into your imagination, go into your perfect space, see your loved ones as their higher selves, right? Giving you love, giving you compassion as you greet them. See yourself surrounded by beautiful animals, right? Feeling their love and their warmth. Whatever it is within your mind that's bringing you so much happiness and so much joy, we really want to make sure we have that. Okay, it's so very important because that's our antidote. That's our antidote to everything that is conditional in life. So let's go into that happiness. Let's go into that joyful spark. Let's light it up very strongly. Let's make it an inferno of loving energy. Okay, so you're putting all of that loving energy into the white ball until it's 100% full. Okay, and now that that white ball is full, I will connect with Spirit once again. I command God's Spirit light to imbue pure Spirit light codes directly into the white ball in the center of the chests of every individual who is observing this live broadcast and recording here and now. Taking all of that pure, loving, white light, liquid energy in the white ball and distributing it directly into the area or areas that were previously compromised within their body, bringing that area or areas back into pure regeneration, rejuvenation, revitalization, love, purification, and perfection. Apply. Okay, so we'll take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Feeling that white ball now starting to disappear as all of its love energy is now moving directly into the area or areas previously compromised. Okay. So that is the group healing. Remember to drink some water today, right? Get some rest. If you have to do some work, try not to be too rigorous with yourself. Give yourself the time for your body to heal and for that energy to go to work within you. Okay. Great, guys. Thank you very much. So we're going to go ahead now and move on into Q&A. Okay, so if you guys do have any questions for myself or for Adronis, you can feel free to put your questions in there. Again, just one question per person. Okay, just so we have a lot of people who have a chance of asking a question to do so. Okay, so hello everybody from Thunder Bay, Canada. Great. Stockholm, Sweden. From Tampa. Great. Thank you, guys. Another fellow person from Vancouver. Very good. Hello from Belgium. Welcome. Okay, so I'm just scrolling down the list, guys. Again, if you do have any questions, feel free to post them. Okay. Okay, here's a good one here from Sean Ryshak. Let me go ahead and pull up his question here. So Sean says, hi, Brad and Adronis. Could you address the missing people who disappear in national parks across North America, as showcased in Missing 411? What is happening to these people? Thanks. Yeah, there was a previous webcast that was done where Adronis actually elaborated on this quite a bit. So what he was sharing is that there are portal systems. There's a lot of portal systems that are active in forests, in parks, right? I was actually, I believe, elaborating on this, I think it was the last webcast, or maybe in the one before that, where I was talking about this as well too, is that there are portal systems, living portal systems. Many of them are active at night, right? There are also dimensional beings that especially can come out of these portals and can roam our forests as well too. So basically people can feel like, people have seen reports where it feels like individuals have vanished without a trace. They can't find any sign of them. And that's mainly because there's a lot of these portal networks, right? So a lot of these organic portal networks do happen. They activate in that way. Some people say, well, maybe there's some type of cult in the forest and they're doing all this. I don't think so. If it was anything in regards to a physical encounter, you'd have some type of remains, right? If it was like a satanic cult or something like that, you probably would have some remains there. But this feels like, again, the result of a lot of portal networks. So basically people just kind of wandering the forest at night and all of a sudden just walking into a portal. And from their perspective, they may just come out several days later, several weeks later, several months later, several years later. And to them, it was like nothing. But from our side of things, they could have been missing from that certain amount of time. So a lot of this is portal networks. A lot of this is open portals. I've again done videos on portal networks as well too. I talked about also with me being in Mount Shasta just the other year before. It was 2019, so almost a year and a half. I was walking through the desert and I had students with me as well too, and I was just telling people, just be careful where you're stepping, right? Make sure you have your pendulums out, you're doing some dowsing, because if you do kind of wander off path and go into this desert, odds are you may actually get hit in a portal, right? So that does happen. I'm not too sure if that's the only explanation of what's going on. I'm pretty sure there may be some other things in regards to what's happening. There's some inner earth portals. One woman was asking about Argotha as well too, about if there are some Argothan portals that open up in a lot of these national parks. The answer is yes. There's a lot of beings that are just kind of coming and going. It's kind of like a transit highway, but with portal systems, right? So like I said, there may be other forms of phenomena that's happening, but Adronis was really talking about the idea of portal systems, portal networks becoming very, very active at night in the forests. There's fairy portals as well too. You have fairy circles, you have fairy portals. So those too activate at night too in a lot of these national parks. So that's the information that I was given when Adronis was talking about this. So a lot of it is portal activity. Okay. Thank you, Sean, for your question. Let me go back up here. There's a few more. Okay. Okay, let's go down the list here. Okay, here's another one from Madison. Madison says, Brad, I keep hearing this is the year for love. How can we make this more tangible for our belief systems due to COVID, making things a bit hard, right? Now, of course, we really do not like anything that this agenda represents. But what I would suggest is that you're making the best out of a difficult situation, okay? So if there are restrictions and something that you know you cannot personally control, be aware of that and do your inner work, do the work that you feel radiates yourself, right? Maybe that's just going over and talking to our next door neighbor if you're good friends, right? And you're having a wonderful time together. Maybe that's giving yourself time to explore your own local area, right? And creating a little miniature trip and making the best out of that situation, right? Maybe it's if people are, again, trying to enforce mask wearing in that way, create one of those mesh masks where you actually just can breathe very, very easily, right? If you're going into stores and all that, you have like one of those little mesh masks that actually appear like it's a full mask, but in fact, you can actually breathe unhindered as well too. You're just making the most out of a difficult situation where there's a lot of restriction, there's a lot of challenges, but we're putting a lot of love into it, right? Because when we fill ourselves with a lot of that love, we have these opportunities that open up that surpass a lot of the restriction rules, right? So you may find that you can actually go and travel somewhere further without there actually being a problem. Well, how do you do that? You got to trust your intuition. You got to trust your guidance. You got to trust where you're being pointed towards, right? So you're just making the most out of that love energy, right? So yes, it's a challenging situation. There's a lot of restrictions going on. People are very, very confused right now. But we can either add to that confusion and just create more separation and segregation through the populace, or we can take a stand from a lot of the things that you guys are learning from my YouTube channel and what you're learning from others as well too about working together with love energy and helping yourselves to move into a greater state of expansion, right? When you're working with that love, love opens doors, right? If this is the physical reality and you're working with love, it's going to teach you things about hopping over those restrictions, hopping over all those barricades, that kind of wandering maze, right? You're no longer wandering through the walls of a maze, you're hovering above it and saying, oh, I can walk. Here we go. I can go right into the center of the maze right now. Because you're working with love energy, because you're working on higher levels, because you're working way past the physical. Okay, I've done this. This happens. Okay, I've heard other people who are doing this as well too. They know there's a difficulty. They get themselves high on that love energy, on that strength, on that courage, on that compassion, and they now are able to jump over those restrictions. Now they're able to go and do things that restrictions would not normally allow you to get involved with. But there's a path that clears, and you start walking that path. Brad, how do you do this? Love energy, BCR technique, black ball, white ball, TC technique. Okay, this is it, guys. I'm not just sharing this information with you because it's something cool that you guys can try and that's it. It's just something to pique your curiosity. When you're doing this work, when you start working with love, incredible things happen. You are able to go past the physical realm. Okay, but if you spent so much of your time living in the physical realm, you're not going to believe this until you actually start to do it. I can be up here as a talking head, talking to you guys for 2 hours straight about the power that you have with love energy, about how you're able to go up into higher planes because you're seeing the perfection of everything, and you can just walk right through all these restrictions and do these things that other people that are so completely anchored into the physical plane could not even perceive that you could do. Okay. But that starts with love energy. But you have to do it yourself. You have to figure this out. You have to dedicate yourself every day to working with this love energy rather than focusing on so much politics. Okay, this is why I've become apolitical now, and I'm thrilled that I'm apolitical, that I'm not talking about politics, that I'm not talking about Trump, that I'm not talking about Biden, that I'm not talking about the government, because when you guys are getting completely enamored with that stuff, you're anchoring yourself into concrete, right? You might as well just take some nails and just pound your shoes into the concrete because you're not going anywhere, okay? That stuff will get you nowhere. It is a path that leads to nothing. It's just base, dense stuff. And if you think all that stuff is going to save you, you're deluding yourself, right? This is what I realized. This is why exactly I've gotten out of it. And the whole idea is saying, well, when I'm in love, when I have so much love energy flowing through me, when I'm doing my inner work, when I'm working with these higher states, all of these things open up to me like reservoirs. Right? Here's a channel here that's going down this way. All of a sudden, this channel opens up and it's taking me down to my destination further. The journey is moving through a quickening. So this is what I suggest, is that yes, it certainly is a year for love. Every year is a year for love, really, right? But to make it more tangible is for you to take that love energy, put it into yourself, and act upon it, command it, right? So like I said, when you're doing BCR technique, you got all this love energy flowing through you. You got a sore neck, you got a headache. You're telling spirit to clear that away. The love energy, take care of that for me. The headache's now gone within seconds. Okay, this is a very, very important thing for people to realize as well too. Spirit will not take away what you still hold on to. Okay, because I still get people saying that. Said, Brad, you did some codes on me, but my heart is still hurting, right? It still feels hurting. It hasn't gone away. Said, because you're still holding on to something. You're still grasping that, and you're holding onto it tight, and there's an emotional connection there that's preventing you from allowing your heart to heal. I can't do anything about that. Spirit can't do anything about that until you let it go, right? So whether it's a heartache, whether it's a problem with your eyes, whether it's your back, whatever it is, whatever is in your body, and if your healing codes have already run through it and saying, Brad, it's not working, there's still something there. So because it's an emotional tie-in, you're still tied and connected to something. You want to trace that back. You want to look into this thing, right? That's causing a lot of emotional turmoil. Once you let that go, Spirit grabs it, takes care of it for you, okay? But Spirit will never, ever take away what you're still holding on to, okay? Representing identity. So again, work with love energy. See all these amazing things that open up. It's like doors are just opening up, and you're able to go through these doors and surpass a lot of these physical restrictions that we're going through. Because again, physical is just the most dense, and it's the smallest aspect pertaining to reality that there is. You're missing the 99.9+% that represents everything else. That's what you want to play with, and love can take you there. Okay, I speak from experience with this. This is not just something that's coming off blowing smoke at you. Okay, so thank you, Madison, for that question. Okay, this is just a question for the healing code cards from Enoch. Hi, Brad. Question: should we print healing code cards 4x6 or 3x5? The original card is 3x5, but your instruction in your FB says print to 4x6. You know what? You can print out anything in that way, whether it's 3x5, whether it's 4x6, whether it's 8x10. That's fine. Just get scissors, okay, and just cut it out. As long as it's on photo paper, I say 4x6 because that's what I usually use with mine. But if you have 3x5, great. Go ahead and use that, okay? Just print it out on photo paper, and then just take scissors, and you can cut off the white edges, right, just so you have the entirety of the card intact, okay? Thank you. Okay, let's move down. Okay, here's one from Azure Blue. I've been receiving spiritual messages that during February I need to travel to the heart chakra of the earth in Maui and seeing synchronicities of YouTubers being there. Is there a portal opening? I feel like, yeah, there'll be something really big open. I can't say if it's a portal in that way, but it may just be like a vortex, right? So there's a difference between a portal and a vortex. A portal is kind of like a two-way transit system in that way. So basically, here you are, and then here's another opening leading to another destination, another dimension. You're going through that. A vortex is basically a column of energy. Okay, so it represents an energy. Sometimes it can be created through the earth. Sometimes we can conjure it as well too. But it is a column of energy that's coming through. And basically, these vortexes can open up at certain points. Usually, for example, like during the equinoxes and the solstices as well too. And there are many people who are just being summoned to go there. So maybe you're deciding to go there maybe closer to the time of March, to where the equinox will be happening, the vernal equinox, right? So that too is an example. But yes, Hawaii, Maui itself is well known for powerful earth energies, because many do see it as the heart chakra of the planet as well too. So yeah, if you're feeling guided there, then just go ahead and do that. And that's for everybody else. If you guys are feeling guided to a place, don't ignore it, right? If Spirit wants you there, believe me, Spirit will find a way for you to get there. This again is where love energy will take you through those doors, and you move past the physical restrictions. Or you can board an airplane, My God, I actually didn't have any trouble getting on board an airplane. It's so good because you're being guided to go there. If you're being guided to go somewhere, follow where Spirit takes you. Okay? Thank you, Azura, for your question. Okay, hello, another Brad from Vernon, BC. Welcome. Okay. So question from Interesting Things. Question, when is the COVID madness going to end? It's getting stronger and stronger. Well, again, basically when these things get stronger and stronger, they're going to reach a climax. Okay, like I said, 2021 is the year of transition. It's going to be an intense year, right? 2020 was super intense. 2021 is going to be very, very intense as well too. Okay, we're still going to be experiencing a lot of it this year, but it's leading to a climax. Okay, things have to get intense, everybody, right? It has to get intense. If nothing gets intense, we will have absolutely no inspiration to change ourselves whatsoever. This thing basically needs to light a fire up your butt. Okay, that's what this is. This is a blazing inferno, and it needs to get so bloody hot that people will now take action and say, we don't want this anymore. We're taking a stand. We're not letting stupid politics get involved and feeling that they're going to deal with it. We're going to deal with it ourselves, right? This is why, again, across the world, you're seeing countries in revolution, okay? This is going to continue to happen, February, March, April, etc., right? It's going to just continue to happen around the world. The United States is usually the last holdout for these things, okay? They usually wait to the last minute. Canada's really no different as well, too. So the Western world basically be like kind of like the holdout, the last minute. But again, if this continues to shoot itself up like a blazing inferno, that's what this is all about. This is what the universe is trying to tell you. Will you guys get up off your ass and do something about this, right? That's what the message is. And so some people are still very much programmed in the idea of, the subliminal garbage, and people are ready to take action. So again, it's basically just taking a stand. I mean, Denmark did one of the best examples for this, right? When they were actually using pots and pans and banging that all night until they came up with a resolution after several days. That's brilliant. Things like that, that's what you got to do. So again, it's the people taking a stand and rising up and saying, no more of this. We've had enough. This is not going to happen any further, right? So you're taking a stand against it. That's what this is all about. And the inferno keeps getting higher and higher and higher. If there is actually a resolution and the entire world comes together and they work together, all this stuff will start going down. Because humanity is working together as a whole. The more that you divide yourselves, the greater the intensity of this backlash relating to this entire agenda is going to increase. Okay? It only increases to get people to say, come on, come up to these levels. You got to come right up into the mountaintop here and start looking at these things. And from the mountaintop, you have a clear, crystal view about what's happening. So when people come together, just like we did for the mass meditation here for Earth, that's where strength is. You keep getting divided, you are going to go nowhere. This is going to intensify more. This will be like a gigantic supernova up your butt rather than just a blazing inferno. Okay, that's how it works. This is all of our energy feedbacking upon ourselves collectively because we've sat on this for too long. As long as you can continue to sit on your ass about these things and not do anything about it, take action and work together with the state of remedy, this is only going to intensify. So the projection is the shared idea, because I don't do predictions, right? Just the shared ideas, I feel that this will still continue throughout the year. But there's a lot of climax ahead as well, too, pertaining to this. So again, rather than complaining about it, let's work together, come together as a group, come together as a collective, and tell Earth, tell the universe, tell God what you really want, and make it happen. And that's the solution towards all of this. Okay, it's all that's happening right now. Okay, going down the list here. Davi John says, what is on the other side of the portals? I don't know. I haven't been to them, so I couldn't tell you. If I do go through one, I'll show you what's on the other end. I don't know. I don't have that information. Okay. There's one from Caroline. Hello, Brad and Adronis. Have the vaccines been changed so they are not as dangerous as once planned? From what Adronis is showing with me, kind of in a medium state right now, he said there are efforts to making that happen, right? But there's basically, it's kind of like, here's the dirty pile, here's a cleaner pile. Take the cleaner pile out, put the dirty pile back on, take the dirty pile back out, put the clean pile back on, right? That's kind of what it feels like. It's like a sandwich, right? So there's basically what they're trying to do is just make the harsh vaccines like plain ordinary flu shot vaccines, I would feel. But it's hard to say how that is being implemented in that way. There's a lot of planning going on to basically trying to reverse all of this vaccinations with more quote-unquote harmless vaccinations, if there is such a thing. I don't know. But that's basically what Adronis is sharing with me. He said there's plans that are taking place where there is implementation of replacement vaccines that are looking to take over the previous harsh vaccines, although this is still ongoing. Okay, so that's kind of in the mediumship of Adronis. It's still ongoing. It's still in process. But basically, from what Adronis is saying, look more to around the areas of March, around the time of March, where a lot more of this replacement may have a culmination point to replace a lot of the very harsh vaccines. Okay, that's all I'm getting from right now. So take that for what it's worth. Okay. Okay, here's one from Mira. This one's for Adronis. What is really happening to the ozone layer of the Earth? Is global warming real? Okay, it's kind of two questions, but that's all right. Okay, let me bring Adronis in, and he can share some insight on this. Terra Soul Star Sirius Adronis We are here at this time. We bid you greetings and thank you very much for the opportunity of this interaction today. I am Adronis of Sirius, sending love, appreciation, and gratitude to all who are tuning in to this transmission through your internet collective consciousness. We shall provide insight in regards to the question of, are there really holes in the ozone layer? No, this is a myth. All right. Yes, there are certain degrees of pollution that are happening upon your planet, but it is not the idea as what you would say as your own ozone layer having Swiss cheese effect. That is an excuse and not actually, as you would say, scientific evidence. What is actually happening a lot more is the idea of toxicity contained within your environment through the idea of pollution, through the idea of chemtrail geoengineering, through the idea of food poisoning, water poisoning, air poisoning in that particular way. And that is actually what's taking place. So when the rays of sunlight come upon your planet, to where the Earth is shining this light upon her surface, all of this is actually being imbued into your body simultaneously. It's the toxicity of man, yes, but it has nothing to do with the idea of ozone level, shall we say, Swiss cheese effects. That is an excuse. The idea of global warming, from what you would modernly understand, too, is a lie. It is misinformation. The idea in that sense is that there is no form of depletion pertaining within the ozone system. So because the ozone system is being continuously replenished, it cannot in that sense be depleted. If the ozone layer itself, as it were, was completely deplenished, you would not be able to breathe. You would suffocate, every single one of you. And that's not what's happening. It is constantly being replenished. So the idea in that sense of much of this global warming discussion in that way, from what they feel is the cause, is not the case. Again, what is basically taking place is the idea of the Earth shifting. that there is, in that sense, a greater intensity pertaining to internal heat within the planet that is actually taking place, that is causing these particular forms of changes. And the idea of solar activity as well, too. But this is not the result of what you would say as your mainstream media's version of global warming. That is a myth. All right? We thank you very much for your question. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Mira, for your question. So that's Adronis's perspective on that, all right? I'm just going down the list here, guys. Just give me a minute. I'm just looking at some more questions. Okay. So again, just mainly for people who haven't asked questions yet, because I'm getting multiple people asking different questions. Just want to try and give other people a chance here. Here's an interesting one here. This is from Lucia. Lucia says, what happens when people are in a coma state, and why did they choose that experience? Now, Adronis has talked about this before. When people are in a comatose state, he refers to it as them being in stasis. Okay, so basically what's happened is like their body is almost like in a type of suspended animation. And when you're in a comatose state, you can actually leave the body, right? The body actually is, the soul is actually leaving the body temporarily, but there still is vital life force that's keeping the body alive. And from what has been shared from him is that many of these souls will go into different dimensions and attempt to do a lot of work on other planets, in other dimensions, in other realms, in other realities, and basically getting work done there. So it's a type of stasis that's taking place. And then once those affairs are concluded, there's a resolution taken care of, then they come back into the body. But there still is life force in their body, but it is certainly on, as you could say, minimal power. So it is a type of stasis, a type of suspended animation, going into these deep states. It's kind of like how ancient yogis would go into comatose states in their body, and their body will be left behind, and they're going to God, right? They're getting all of this beauty, this bliss, this perfection, and it could be many years before they actually come back into their body again. But there's a kind of like a low reserve of life force that's keeping their body intact. In fact, they actually think that their masters are dead because it doesn't even feel like they're breathing, or their pulse is so weak that they can't even detect it. Their heart's not even really beating, but there still is a little bit of life in that body. And then many years later, the soul comes back into the master's body, and now all of a sudden he finds he's buried underground. So now you're getting like a hand out of the grave. And there's been a lot of talk about that. Right, so a comatose state is very similar to that. You're just going into a state of stasis and exploring other realms, other dimensions, other realities for whatever purpose that may be. That's up to the soul, okay? But that's primarily what's happening in a comatose or stasis-like state, okay? Thank you, Lucia. Okay. Okay, here's one here from Yana. I'm not sure if I can pronounce your name right, if it's Jana or Yana. You have to forgive me. Question, could Adronis show the healing meditation or activation of the heart energy? Yes. Okay, let me bring Adronis in for that. We thank you very much for your question. As it relates to the heart energy or opening up the heart through meditation, it's quite simple. We want you all right now to imagine void. Go into void. And we want you now to place your hand or your hands upon the heart. As you place your hand or hands upon the heart, you will see a door directly in front of you. This door is the door to your heart. Now, this door can appear in any particular way you wish. Or again, it may just subconsciously appear. You may be aware of its texture, its color, about how it appears to you. But we want you now to imagine that you're getting up in this void and you're walking towards that door. And how easy you're able to open the door will be a reflection about how simple your heart is able to open up. All right? So we want you now to take your hand, place it upon the door handle or the doorknob, turn it, and open it. Now, Is there a tug? Is there a great deal of resistance? Are you really trying to struggle to open this door? Or can you just open it easily? This is a simple test to letting you know how open your heart is. So, for example, if you're having to try and tug and really try and pull that door open, you are resisting a great deal of all energies relating to the heart. Your love, your compassion, your nurturing, your nourishing, your softness, which means your heart is quite hard. And you need to work on that by doing what? Accumulating love energy. Keep it simple. And if it's quite easy to open, now you have a very open heart. Put it to good use. Work with the softness, work with the nurturing, work with the nourishing, work with the love energy, work with the compassion. That's all it takes. It doesn't need to be some fancy meditation. It's a simple gauge, a simple reflection to giving you the impression about where your heart is at, just by looking at this door analogy. So if you're having a hard time opening that door, then you're having a hard time opening up your heart. And the answer to that is love energy. For those are the energies that exist within the heart. Your love, your compassion, your warmth, your softness, all together one particular spectrum, intelligence. And that's what you're bringing into the heart. Make your heart intelligent. Make it soft. Make it warm. Make it open. But again, it's also strong at the same time. Love energy is strength. It is not weakness. Lack is weakness. Love is strength. All right? We thank you very much. Okay, good. Short and sweet there. Thank you very much, Jonna, for your question. Okay. So let me go down the list here. Okay. Here's another one from Adronis, from Shia. Adronis, have you ever met the Creator in true form? If so, what is the experience like? We thank you very much, Shia, for your question. There is no experience of the Creator other than your own experiences. There is no form of the Creator other than your own form and the forms that you see around you, because that is you acting as a conduit. For you to truly understand the nature of the Creator is to go beyond the mind. We will say that again. In order for you to truly understand the Creator, you will need to go beyond the mind. Period. The Creator is not a concept. The concept is the product of a Creator. How can you have a form when you are a Creator? You can't. You do not truly have a form as a child of the Most High. The form is a concept. The idea of a thought is a concept. The idea of a feeling is a concept, because they all exist within the mind. Many of you are under this delusion of feeling that the mind is up here and God must be around here somewhere. No, that is not the idea. Here is the physical body. Here is the mind. Here is the idea of higher reasoning. And here is spirit above it all. No form, no image, no concept, no expression, no experiences. Nothing. Because those are creations of the Creator. The Creator is above all of that. What is beyond the Creator? Nothing. Nothing is beyond the Creator. You yourselves are Creator. Nothing is beyond you. For you are children of the Most High. You are learning how to become gods. This is simply how it is. All there is God. And everything pertaining to these forms, these impressions, these images, these expressions are all creations. But they are not creators above the creator. It doesn't work that way. If we have an analogy for you, if you were to put a canvas on an easel and you have all of this palette of paint and you start painting a beautiful picture and you hang it up on your wall, and now you feel that painting you just created is now higher than you, has more abilities than you. Oh, because what I painted on that picture, it must be greater than myself. What are you talking about? It's your creation. You see? That picture that you painted can never be greater than you, because it's a concept, it's an idea, it's an invention, it's an expression. All concept cannot surpass God, because God created the concept. If you are trying to use your mind to try and perceive that this is how God is, some type of image, some type of concept, you are far off from understanding God. You must go beyond the mind. You go into silence. You go into stillness. For it is even mentioned in your own Bible, be still and know that I am God. Well, why would he say, be still? Because that's the idea. That's how you feel the Creator within. The Creator is beyond all dynamism. It is beyond these dynamics, these concepts. And if you think you're going to discover the nature of the universe by using mind, you'll never discover it. If you think you can know the Creator by using mind, you'll never know the Creator. You must go beyond all that, into stillness, into center, into home. And that is to know God, is to know that you are God and God is you. All right? Thank you very much for your question. Okay, very good clarity there. Thank you very much, Shia, for your question. Okay, guys, we're going to take about 1 or 2 more questions, and we're going to wrap up today. Someone asked about the Earth Intelligence Report. Yes, it's coming this weekend. Okay, either Saturday or Sunday. Okay, just going down the list here. That's an interesting question for me. Adrian says, Brad, did you go to college and what did you study? I did. I went to a community college, basically. Web design, web development. Okay, that was back in 2004. So yes, I have post-secondary education, and I have used it, but I don't really use what I learned back then because a lot of the stuff that I learned back then was outdated. So I basically just use like software like Wix, for example, for my websites, and it works really great. I can still do certain forms of code here and there, but that's what I went to post-secondary education for, was for web design, way before my spiritual awakening in 2008. So thank you for that. No one's asked me that question before, so that's pretty cool. Okay. Okay, well, this is a kind of a healing question, but I think I'll bring it anyways. Nita says, hi, Brad and Jonas. How can I stop the pain in my very lower back tailbone? When I sit down, it's painful. Thank you so much for any help. Anita, I'd like you to go do the black ball, white ball technique. Okay, just go onto my YouTube channel and check that out. I even did that today during our group healing. Okay, so if you want to go back to this recording and check it out, or just go to black ball, white ball technique on my YouTube channel. There's a free meditation there in the video description. Click on that, download that, do the meditation, see how you feel afterwards. Okay, if something's still lingering, you're holding on to something emotionally. Okay, you want to work with that emotional state. You got to go back in time and saying, when did this first happen? And around that time of event, what took place? Was there a trauma? Was there a really heavy emotional situation that took place? Because that's what anchored that pain into your body. Okay, so go ahead, try the meditation, see how it makes you feel. And then if you need to do more exploration, go ahead and do that as well too, because that will help you out also. Okay, BCR TC technique is also here on my YouTube channel. Okay, going down the list here a bit more. So we're going to take one more question, guys, and we're going to wrap up. Okay. Yes, glad you guys are enjoying the heart meditation. Very simple thing that Adronis did. Okay, I think I just got this question here. This is from Enoch. I also often see bright neon light blinking around the tree and in the space at late night atmosphere. Could you explain, please, what I'm seeing? Thanks again. Well, I'd have to see the picture of it in that particular way. I can't really just say, well, here you go, this is what you're experiencing. But usually if you're seeing a lot of activity, whether it's around the atmosphere and that stuff, these can be portals, these can be ships, these can be living beings around the planet, these could be plasma beings, right? There's a lot of different possibilities of what it is. If you ever see those things, what I suggest is just get a camera and take a snapshot, because when I actually get to see these things, then I can tune into that and I can give you better insight. Okay, so just keep an eye on that. Maybe it'll happen again. Put that intention out there. See if you can take a picture, and you can always send it to me by email, and we can always take a look at it further. Okay. Okay. Okay, here's something from Stacy. Any word on the monoliths? Now, I guess she's assuming the monolith situation that was happening here not too long ago, about those kind of large silver-like monoliths. Guys, all I've received from that is that it was no more than a publicity stunt, right? It was nothing but a publicity stunt. If it was actually of extraterrestrial origin, I would know, right? Adronis would be telling us, oh, that's certainly extraterrestrial contact. It wasn't. It was more so just a publicity stunt than anything else. So it might just be an advertising for a Jeep for all I know. But it basically would represent more of a publicity stunt. It's quite actually easy to manufacture those things. And because that thing gets a lot of attention, all a person has to do is go in their garage, create something like that, put it in the middle of a desert, right? And make it appear like it's just suddenly popped up. So yeah, I wasn't buying it, right? So all I got was publicity stunt, man-made invention. Okay. Thank you very much, Stacy. Okay. Rhonda says, can I make an appointment for a reading? Yeah, just go to newearthteachings.com. Guys, when you go to my website, okay, because I get this question all the time, Brad, how do I get a reading from you? On the homepage of my website, you'll see it, okay? Just go under sessions, book a private session. You scroll down the page, you'll see book a 15-minute, 30-minute, 45-minute session there, okay? Just go on my website, book it. It's not difficult, and you can order right on my website for a session, okay? Okay, guys, we're out of time for this week. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming along for me with the mass meditation, the group healing, and thank you again for your questions as well. So again, I will be back next week, next Friday, at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern time. So thank you again. Have a great rest of the weekend. And again, the Earth Intelligence Report will be coming this weekend as well, too. All right, take care, guys. Talk to you soon.
Thank you very much for checking out the New Earth Teachings YouTube channel. Feel free to check out my websites, newearthteachings.com, healingcodecards.com, healingcodeshop.com. Go on to healingcodecards.com to grab your body deck and your mind deck, also available in digital versions as well. And of course, you can follow me on social media, on Facebook, on MeWe, and of course on Telegram as well. Thank you again for tuning in, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Take care and show the way.